Individual fractures में fracture of radius and ulna. These two bones may be fractured together in the forearm by a direct or indirect blow. Sign and symptoms: pain, swelling, deformity, and inability to use the arm. The patient may support the injured arm. First aid or emergency treatment: well padded splint with a triangle sling to support the limb. Cole's fracture: it is very common fracture occurring at the wrist. It occurs due to a fall on the outstretched hand. Sign and symptoms: it produces a typical dinner fork deformity at the lower wrist. There is pain, swelling, and tenderness over the fracture. Also, there is inability to use the hand. First aid or emergency treatment: a triangular sling and padded split. Fracture of pelvis. Pelvis is a strong bone. It is designed to resist the weight of the body and the force of lower limb. So, fracture of pelvis is caused by great force, such a fall from a height. Sign and symptoms: there may be bruising, swelling, and local tenderness. There may be severe pain on movement of the leg. The muscles will contract and become hard on gentle pressure. It is called guarding, and it is a sign of severe injury. Complications: damage to bladder, urethra or rectum, damage to blood vessels of pelvis, and internal hemorrhage. First aid or emergency treatment: the legs should be bound together. The patient should be moved in a stretcher. Speedy evacuation to the hospital is necessary. Fracture neck of femur. It is very common in old age. It usually occurs due to fall. Sign and symptoms: pain, limping, and shortening of the leg. First aid or emergency treatment: the patient is made comfortable by lying down. The knee is padded and broad bandages are applied. Figure 8 bandage is applied. At the ankle. Fracture on the shaft of femur. It is a serious injury. It is caused by a greater force in the form of direct or indirect injury. There is more muscle damage. Sign and symptoms: there will be severe pain, swelling, and shortening of the limb. Also, there may be angulation if there is comminuted fracture. There will be more damage. First aid or emergency treatment: fracture of the shaft of femur will be associated with more blood loss, so the patient may be in shock. This must be treated first. If there is an open wound, it requires dressing with gentle traction. The foot is rotated immediately. The ankles are bound together by finger 8 bandage. Further, broad bandages are applied around the knee, above and below the fracture, and around the middle of the legs. Care must be taken to see the bandages are firm. The patient is carefully lifted into the stretcher and carried to the hospital. Fracture of patella. Fracture of patella occurs due to direct blow or due to strong muscle contraction. The fracture may be stellate, star-shaped, or transverse. Sign and symptoms. Stellate fracture is associated with effusion, swelling due to fluid, but there is no separation of the fragments. There is pain and swelling of knee and tenderness over the patella. In transverse fracture, there will be separation of fragments. The patient will not be able to straighten the leg. A painful, tense swelling of the knee joint will occur. First aid or emergency treatment. The leg is straightened gently. It is fastened to the other leg with broad bandages above the and below the joint. The ankle is tied with a figure 8 bandage. The patient is carefully transported to the hospital in a stretcher. Fracture of shaft of tibia. Tibia is easily felt under the skin, so fracture of tibia may be associated with damage to the skin. So this fracture must be carefully dealt with to avoid making it an open fracture. Tibial fracture occurs due to a direct or indirect injury. Sign and symptoms: bruising, pain, swelling and tenderness of the leg. Deformity with angulation and rotation may be present. There may be an open wound with protruding bone. First aid or emergency treatment. The limb is gently straightened and rotated. The ankles are bound together by finger 8 bandage. Broad bandages are applied above and below the fracture. The knees should be bound together. The patient is then safely transported to the hospital. Fracture of the ankle. Fracture of ankle may occur due to direct or indirect injury. Sign and symptoms: pain, inability to walk, swelling, bruising may be present. With severe injury, there may be displacement of the foot. First aid or emergency treatment: figure 8 binding of the two ankles and feet. Use of splints in fracture. A splint is defined as the appliance which restricts the movement of an injured part. Splints are used in first aid to prevent the complication of a fracture during transport. Also, they give rest to the part and so relieve pain and quicken healing. They are helpful when limb cannot be supported against the body. Types of splint. Wooden splints. They are a straight piece of wood of varying length and width. Metal splints. They are made of tin and aluminium. They are molded to fit the natural curves of the body. Wire splints. Kramer's wire splint is commonly used. It can be cut to the desired length. Also, it can be bent to support a limb in any desired position. Inflammable splint. They are inflated by mouth. They are easy to use. Also, they are comfortable to the patient. Thomas splint. It is a special type of metallic splint. It is used in the fractures of femur and other injuries of lower extremity. It contains an outer longer rod. An inner shorter rod, an oval ring bent at 120 degrees to the inner rod. The ring is padded with felt and covered with leather. Thomas splint can be used either for the ring right or left leg. Use of sling in fractures. Slings are used to give support to the affected part. Different types of slings are used for different purposes. Collar and cuff sling. It is used for the hand and wrist. In this, there is a cuff attached to the wrist. The cuff is fixed to the collar through a sling. By this, the hand is elevated and it prevents edema. Triangular sling. It is used for the forearm. A triangular bandage is placed in such manner the apex lies under the affected arm beyond the above elbow. One end of the base of the triangle face over the opposite shoulder to the back of the neck. The affected forearm is now placed across the chest over the bandage so that wrist is at a higher level than the elbow. The lower end of the base is brought up and tied with the other end of the base by the side of the neck. The apex is now brought forward and pinned in front.